Hello lovelies, welcome back to my channel. On today's video we'll be doing a quick pocket tutorial. So we'll be making the side pocket for our trouser pants. So come along, let's begin. There are two ways you can do this. Either you use your pattern paper or you use it on your fabric. So if you are working directly on your fabric, on the waist area you mark 3 inches, then on the side you mark 6 inches. Okay, so 3 inches for the wideness, then for the depth is 6 inches. So what you do is you just notch the 3 inches side and also notch the 6 inches side. So what you are going to work with is, remember the pocket is for both side of the front trousers. So what you are going to do is you are notching both side of your front. Okay, so go ahead and notch it. After notching it, you are going to cut out the pocket that you'll be needing. So for the pocket piece I use 7 inches and 10 inches. So the length is 10 inches while the wideness is 7 inches. Okay, so that's what I use for mine. It depends on how wide or how big you want to yours to be. So you are going to mark it. After marking it, you are now going to cut it out. So you are cutting it cut on fold instead of cutting out two piece. We are cutting it cut on fold. So you mark the 7 inches, then you mark the 10 inches and you cut on fold. So you are cutting out two piece. Instead of cutting out four piece, you'll be cutting out just two piece. So when you are done cutting it out, just take it to your interlocking machine and lock out all the parts before we start stitching. So you are locking the pocket and also you are locking the side of your trousers. I'm done using my interlocking machine to lock it. So it's time to place the pocket. Okay, so I cut one, but I'm going to just explain it now. So you are going to fold that part on the side that you notch. After folding it, you are now going to cut it out on both the pocket and also on the side of the trouser. Okay, so can you see it? I placed it this way now. So that's how it's going to be. So you are just going to cut it out. So take it and place it underneath and notch that area that you notch. Just fold the area that you notch, which is 6 inches. So you are going to fold it and fold it on the 3 inches side. Okay, so you fold it on the 3 inches side. Can you see it? Then you'll be cutting out just one piece instead of two. You'll be cutting out just one piece. So that's it. You are cutting out one piece that will be placed on the side of the trouser. So that's the one piece you are going to cut out. So right now I'm going to cut out the upper part, which is the trouser, then cut it along with the one side of the pocket. Okay, so that's how you are going to do yours. Make sure you place it the side of the pocket facing the other side so that you'll be able to see what you are doing, let so that you'll not be making mistake while you cut it out. Okay, so it's because when you want to stitch, it's going to be front side. Can you see it? It's going to be front side facing front side. So that's how it's going to be. So after you are done cutting it, just take your pin it up and stitch it with 0.5 or 0.25. That's how you are going to stitch it. So when you are done stitching it, you can pin it up or top stitch on it if you want stitch to show. So what I did was I flip it. Okay, so after flipping it I had to pin it up. Can you see it? So after you are done stitching, you can top stitch on that part and you flip it. So when you have turned it over, what you are going to do is you are going to stitch the back to the front, and that's the side we'll be using for stitching the back to the front, the outer part. This is the pocket after stitching it, and this is how it's going to look when you are done stitching it. So I'm just going to iron it up. So this is how it's going to look. So let me explain this part. So after stitching it up this way, can you see it? After you stitch it front side facing front side, you stitch it up. That's practically stitching this part. You are going to flip it, okay? So when you are done stitching that part, take the pocket. Let me turn it, and can you see it? So this is it. When you are done, you're going to flip it up, okay? So this is the side that we stitch. Then you are going to now flip it. And when you have done flipping it, let me turn it over, okay? So remember we stitch this side. That is front side facing front side. Then you are going to now flip it over this way. Can you see it? So this is the side you stitch. You flip it over this way. Can you see it? After you are done flipping it over that way, you are now going to stitch this part. Okay, so you stitch the bottom part, then you can top stitch on the waist area. It all depends on you. Then you are now going to turn it over, and you've gotten your pocket. So what you do next is attach the pocket side. You see the extra that we use, you're now going to attach it to the back. Okay, so you are done with your trousers. So what you do is, after you've attached it, this is how it's going to be after attaching it to the back of your trousers. So this is how it's going to be. So this is it. Practically this is the pocket for the trouser. So this is it, and closing that bottom part is so that it will avoid opening and whatever you put on your pocket will not fall out. So this is it. You can top stitch on it, on the pocket area, if you want to see stitches, but I don't top stitch because I don't want to see stitches on the outer part of the pocket. So this is it, and thank you so much, guys. Thank you for watching today's tutorial. I really want to apologize because half of the video was missing, and I just decided to use this extra trouser that I have to do the explanation. God bless you. Have a nice day. Bye, guys.